I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. There is a video you will watch in this post. It was a press conference or a statement made by His Excellency, the former governor of Edo State, currently Senator Adams Oshiomole.
There is no question in my view, and I come from an area where you have, like you rightly said, sir, there is hardly any part of Nigeria where you don't have solid minerals, even in the south-south. But what I observe, whereas the federal government is ruthless with people who are doing illegal oil bunkering, and they deploy JTF to deal with those involved in illegal bunkering. When it comes to illegal mining of solid minerals, the federal government changes. It's like using different standards. And I'm very angry about that. Because if we have to fight, deploy army, even to kill for anyone who is involved in illegal bunkering of oil, and you deploy JTF, a combination of army, police, air force, everybody, why are we allowing illegal mining in many parts of the country that is going on? And they are being manned by retired generals, and we know them. Yes, we know them. Nobody can pretend he doesn't know them. I did a letter to retired former President Buhari, because somebody I sent to go and conduct a primary somewhere reported back to me, a retired general of Northern Extraction, told me that, look, Adams, you are worried about the challenge of conducting primaries in Zamfara. The challenge you see is there is far more than that. And if it's not dealt with, Nigeria will not know peace in parts of the country. And this gold go all the way through the belt, all to Kaduna. And it up to, yeah, correct. And he told me that those involved in this illegal mining, they use choppers. They procure arms exactly the same way as our military were doing in the South-South. They give them arms, they use choppers to come and cut away the gold, and they take them out of this country and make billions of US dollars. And the federal government is not doing what it should be doing. I took this letter to the former president when I was national chairman of APC. And I said, call the general to give you more brief. In fact, what is happening, or what subsequently happened in that part of the country, was exactly what the general told me was going to happen. Because these guys have been weaponized by the illegal big men who deploy them, secure territories, and the weapon is meant to protect the Chinese and other foreigners who they actually employ to carry out the mining. And on occasion, they use the same weapon to carry out banditry, kidnapping, and all of the terrible things that are going on. Chief of Committee Chairman of Defense Staff, tell the defense I said so. That, that some retired military officers, army officers are involved in it. The day we can't tell the truth, this country cannot flourish. We can't change our, when it affects our people, we are at our best. We talk strong. Some other people appear to be above the law. That is what is going on with solid mineral. It is not that we don't know where it is. We have a whole survey of where we have what across the length and breadth of Nigeria. We also know, everybody complaining about certain people from certain nationalities, how they got here. Even as we are talking now, they are doing those illegal mining. And those guys are getting richer when Nigeria State is getting poorer. But we carry the consequences of banditry, kidnapping, and that which this on illegal armed men, which they equip. Sir, who can afford to buy a chopper to land in an illegal mining site, cut away gold, return to Sediti, and then on the way to airport, bam, take them out of the country? This is happening. So I agree with you, but my position is that we shouldn't, as senators, be lamenting. As senators, we should fix the problem. We should tell the executive, you must deploy exactly the same force that you deploy against illegal oil bunkering. That same force should be deployed to deal with criminals who are money. When I say criminal, it can be a retired general, it can be a retired permanent secretary, it can be a retired trade unionist or a retired labor leader. Whoever is involved, they should be dealt with. Let Nigeria see that we are not condoning this. We are not lamenting what is going on. You know, when you have a country of people who are above the law because they are supposed to have served the country, and they have retired, and now they become the real barons. So I agree with you that the solid sector, and I'm happy with the word made by Baba that oil was discovered by accident. What they were looking for was solid mineral.
I want to explain what is happening currently in the north and what Adam Oshiomole said. He might not have linked them. He just made a clear statement. And then I will marry it with the statement of Donald Trump about that we should try to deal with the banditry and the persecution of Christians in northern Nigeria. There is war in Afghanistan. There is war in the Congo. In fact, Islamic militancy has started in the Congo. There is contention in Central African Empire. There has been war in Chad, Niger. There has been war there was war in Sierra Leone, in Liberia. Listen, in each of these places that I have mentioned, including northern Nigeria, there is something called the Dutch disease. The Dutch disease in economics is when there is the abundance of natural resources that will bring easy money, and the state is not able to effectively control the exploration and exploitation of those resources. Non-state actors and foreign influences will come into that territory, in that country, bring violence, promote violence, and start to explore and exploit those resources, depriving the nation of the control of those resources while degrading the environment and destroying the people. Afghanistan has some of the greatest mineral deposits in the world. Afghanistan has a big booming opium trade. Opium trade, drug trade. Colombia, there is war because of drug control. Mexico, crisis because of drug control, violence. In Sierra Leone, it was for their diamond, iron ore. Go to Liberia, it was for mineral resources and control of timber. And there is a big rubber plantation there owned by the Firestone family of America, the Firestone Rubber Estate. Tragically, Liberia does not produce eraser or produce tires or tube. Same thing in northern Nigeria. There are a lot of mineral deposits. I was discussing with somebody, and I was reliably informed, just as Adam Oshiomole said, that helicopters come down to carry precious minerals out of the country. Remember, years back, some time back, people said that white helicopters were coming to drop supplies to the bandits, if you remember. Marcel, Happy, or Kocha, you should remember, because this is your area. And when these helicopters are coming, you will see bandits with arms surrounding the area where it will drop supplies. It is the exploitation and exploration of our minerals by these non-state actors. And these so-called jihadists and Islamic militants are coming to explore and exploit these resources and sell them. You remember one governor of Zamfara State that had gold bars. The terrorists also have gold bars. And so they drive people from this land so that they can conquer it. Now, you don't know something about these herdsmen. 6,000 cows are killed every day in Lagos. Go and Google it. I didn't say it. The Commissioner for Commerce says it. 6,000 in Lagos. I don't know how many in Ibadan. I don't know how many in Benin. I don't know how many in Abeokuta. I don't know how many in Jos. I don't know how many cows. At one time, 5 to 6% of the GDP of Nigeria is in animal husbandry. The oil is a small percentage. And so, when you want fertile land to graze your cattle at a cheap cost and to eat nutritious meals like maize, soya beans, and whatever planted by people in Benue State, Plateau State, where Sunday Jackson comes from, Adamawa State, you bring your cows to uproot our cassava, give to them, because the farmers are predominantly Christians in those areas. And so you drive them out of their land, drive them to IDP camps, change the names of the communities to your own names, to occupy the land perpetually, and then rule over them. That is the cause of these problems. And if we cannot effectively control our resources in our land borders, we should not be talking about sovereignty. If we cannot protect our citizens, we should not be talking about sovereignty. If somebody has offered to drive these crazy ballheads out of the town, drive those crazy ballheads out of the town. Whether the person will want to drive the get ballhead or not. Let a ballhead that we can regulate and cooperate with drive these ones away that are killing our people. In Chad, in Niger, it is uranium that they want. We should know the crisis is not America against Nigeria. It is America against criminals, banditry, wicked Fulani headsmen that do not want to practice modern animal husbandry. It is not against Islam. It's not about Islam. Stop defending rubbish. And Adams Oshiomole said there are retired generals involved. So you now understand why T.Y. Danjuma, General T.Y. Danjuma, retired, said that the military sometimes are complicit in this violence. You now understand why some Nigerian security personnel, retired ones, big retired ones from Yoruba land in particular, and some from the Middle Belt, will tell you that when they are about to destroy these bandits, that they will receive an order not to go further. That if they arrest them, they are released, and then the person who arrested them are sacked. Remember that young pilot, that young lady pilot that was accidented mysteriously in Abuja, that was dealing heavy blows on bandits. You remember that lady, how she was eliminated in quotes. There are so many things going on, and the Americans are aware. Let them come and drive these people away from our territory. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. Listen to Adams Oshiomole very well. Share these videos, subscribe to this channel. I have a webinar coming up on the 7th of November. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. God bless you.